It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for today. Here's what's happening. Now that the 2017 NBA Finals is over between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors, here are our thoughts on how things shook out. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you I did not get to see Game 4 in its entirety, nor Game 5. But I did get to see the fourth quarters. And again, you don't have to see the entire games, not nowadays, in order to understand or have an idea or a clue as to how they shook out. So let me start with this. There is so much chatter about Kevin Durant. Cleveland fans, can't LeBron just lose on his own merit? Why does it have to be everybody else's fault but his? Everything is to blame except the king. Don't blame Kevin Durant. Now, true enough, he left a 3-1 team in the Oklahoma City Thunder to go join the Golden State Warriors. And for all you Cavs fans who out there going back and forth with me on this, listen, I am not by any means saying that what Kevin Durant did was not a sucker move, because it was. I see it as a sucker move. Y'all want to sit and break it down and dissect it? There are some things to be dissected, and then there are some things to be redirected. Leave them be. This ain't one of them. This is black and white. Whether he left 3-1 or LeBron called Mike Miller, at the end of the day, they was both some sucker moves. You don't leave a winner, period, regardless of how you do it. You don't leave a winner. Now, had either one of these or either one of these cats played for the 76ers and been horrible for 6, 7, 8, 9 years and then decided to go like a Sharif Abdul-Rahim when he played with the Vancouver Grizzlies, they're not going to understand that. It's like this. You want a cassata cake for your birthday. A cassata cake. Whether you make it on your own or you buy it. Still the same cake, ain't it? Yeah, it is. Don't blame Kevin Durant. It ain't his fault LeBron didn't play D on that 3. That's not Kevin Durant's fault. And although statistically he balled out, but at the end of the day, the Cavs needed to play better, as is always the case when they don't do what's expected of them. Game 3, in my estimation, was the most pivotal game of the series, because that's the game that Kevin Durant hit the aforementioned 3. And on a side note, I don't know if you all been watching this ESPN 30 for 30. I love them all, by the way. Between chronicling the Boston Celtics and the Lakers rivalry, Magic and Bird. But at the end of the day, man, you both some of the game's best players. You got to be at your best when you're counted upon to be your best. Period. I don't care how much the Today BA done evolved from the Yesterday BA. It's about the nuances, the nuts and bolts. And just to dive into Game 3 just a little bit more, the Cleveland Cavaliers were 12 of 44 from the three-point line. 12 of 44. How many twos did you pass up on the way to shooting 44 three-pointers. The Cavs also had 6 scoreless possessions to end that game. 6. In Game 3 alone, and I say this for the Warriors too, or on the Warriors side as well, I'm not too thrilled with how they play either, because that's the biggest caveat to me. It's your style of play. That is what doomed the Cavs more so than anything. Now, all those other things, Tyronn Lue's coaching or ineptitude when it comes to coaching and making changes and whatever else, those things play a factor. But it's the style of play that weighed the most in the outcome of this series. The Warriors shot 16 of 33 from 3. That's a combined 77 three-pointers in one game. You can go back and look at some of your bottom feeders in the NBA right now. The teams, them teams that you never heard of, and they don't even shoot that. That's for a season. That's a season's worth for them guys, man. And to drive the point home a little bit further, in Game 4, the Cavs and Warriors shot a combined 84 three-pointers. So I don't know what game it was, but when the Warriors, maybe Game 2, broke the record for most threes made, 18 or something like that or whatever, I'm saying to some people I was talking to at the job, like, man, they broke it. I'm not impressed. How many did you take? $45. You better make 18. Everybody want to use the box score to tell the whole story. Man, peel back. That's the manifest. That's what's on top. Peel back, go latent, go underneath. Peel back them layers, man, and really look at the game and how the game was played, man. 45. They made 24 of them, but 45. That's insane, man. For 2 games, y'all shot over 100. My God, what's 84 and 77? Almost 160 something, plus or minus, give or take a 2. I don't want to hear no excuses, man. None whatsoever. Having the so-called best players should have made for a better series, period. Period. When I say Game 3 was the pivotal game in the series, I say it not because the Cavs were down 0-2 going in, but this was the game for LeBron James to be the table setter for Kyrie and Kevin Love. If you're the so-called best on the planet, that is, if that's true. And at the same time being worthy of GOAT consideration to boot. Even if Lue didn't, Tyronn Lue, LeBron has been in the league long enough and been to enough finals to know when to take it upon himself to get his rest, seeing how he's so tired. Hint, hint. Down the stretch, the Cavs were in the bonus with about maybe between 5 to 7 minutes left to go in the game. Down the stretch. Let me say that again. Down the stretch. And if you look at the shot selection, what that got to do with Kevin Durant? And him leaving a 3-1 team. The Cavs, they blew 7 and 8 point leads at some juncture in this series and lost the game. People want to make it seem like the Warriors adding Durant as if though the Cavs had no answer, or the Cavs just, they had met their match, they couldn't beat them. No. What the Cavs should have done, again, in Game 3, was take a page out of the Spurs book. Because let's go back to that Western Conference Finals. The first half of that game, and y'all know which one I'm talking about, the one where the Spurs had outscored the Warriors 62-42 at the half. And then we all know what happened when Kawhi Leonard went down, right? And then just like the Titanic, it was over. No offense. Now, it wasn't so much because of Powell and Aldridge. Because, again, Kawhi is the cat that stirs the drink. But what it was about is that the Spurs slowed them down. The Warriors were like a deer in headlights. Plenty of fright. The Spurs were going to win that series. Why? Because they play from the post out to the perimeter. Unlike the Cavs, they love playing from the perimeter down into the post. And your boy, your boy, and Kevin Love, now, and I say this is on Tyronn Lue, could have devised a scheme or some sort of, look, put Kevin Love at the 5, put LeBron at the 4, and you play small ball. But you do it from the inside out, and you punish the Golden State front line, as you did in 2015 without Kyrie to get you a 2-1 lead. And in 2016 to come back from 3-1. And in Game 4 to win 137 to whatever. Physical, touch them up, played basketball 101 fundamental style. And you would have kept winning for a long while. So now that the Cavs done lost and the Warriors done won and all the attention again is on Durant going over there, now it's an arms race. Now it's okay for the Cavs to go out and recruit. Why? Because Golden State did it. Kill me, man. Oh, like Cleveland is above criticism. No, them dudes just didn't play well. Step back threes, them didn't help. Not down the stretch. The Cavs got caught up in their bad habits, playing iso ball when strategy was the order of the day. And did I mention defense? Because I'm a stickler for that. The Cavs gave up an average of 128 points per game in this series. It ain't Kevin Durant's fault that the Browns and the Cavs and the Indians ain't playing no defense. That ain't Kevin Durant's fault. But lo and behold, if you go back and look at it, peel back that top layer. Matter of fact, peel a couple of them back. All season long, the Cavs were ranked in the bottom third of teams and points allowed defensively. They hovered all season long from anywhere from 20th to 22nd. And it came back to bite them. So when I say don't point at Tyronn Lue first, not saying he's absolved of blame, because he is. I say point at them all. Because it wasn't scoring that was a problem. You was putting up 137, 119, 118, 120. And then here's the part that really, really agitates me. Both of these squads, to tell you the truth, they done seen each other 3 times. I'm listening to Hammer and Rizzo on K and on 850, and I'm hearing these dudes at somewhere around game 2 or 3. He's talking about the Cavs are starting to figure them out. What you mean starting to? You didn't know this is your third time playing them. There shouldn't be no starting to figure it out. You should already know what to expect. The Celtics and the Lakers knew what to expect. Even if it was some couple years in between them seeing each other, which didn't seem like it because they played together. Seemed like they played in all the finals in the 80s, the Celtics and Lakers did. But they knew what to expect the next time they would see. The Magic said in 84, when I dribbled the clock out, listen here, man, I knew, what was it, 87, 85, whichever one it was. I'm taking that shot. You know, the game that hit the junior skyhook. Y'all better pay attention to what they saying on that 30 for 30, man. These boys ain't playing. That's how the game used to be played. It wasn't always about scrapping. And if they did get blew out, whichever team it was, they was embarrassed by that. Nowadays, it's to be expected. How you a champion, man? The Cavs and the Warriors won the last 2 NBA championships. And y'all getting blowed out by 20? Come on, man. You in here really going to try to tell me in Game 4 when the Cavs put up 137 that they couldn't – where was that at? I ain't hear nobody complaining about Kevin Durant then or Tyronn Lue's coaching style. I ain't trying to hear it, man. Stop making excuses. Dropped 137. But you can't beat these dudes? And, yeah, I'm going to say this too. That drive to the basket, go back and look at it, break it down, slow it down, and take a look at it. Draymond Green had 5 fouls. You know dude is a head case. He can't help it. 5 fouls. And you pass out this Corver to the short corner. When he got a defender on his way out there with him as the ball going out there, you should know better than that, man. You got a high IQ, a high level of intelligence, basketball intelligence, allegedly. You go down in that post, man, and you punish that dude, but you don't do that. Why? Because your footwork, your foundation is terrible, which lends itself to you being afraid of that free throw line. I've been asking this question about this dude, man. Fraudulent. Great talent? Yeah. Great player? No. Hecky no. Come on, man. How the end of the day? What's his go-to move? Is the question I've been asking. Help me out. What is the go-to move? Ain't none. Don't play in the post. Don't like the free throw line. Turns the ball over at a high clip for such a heady player and a player who dominate the ball still. When he putting the ball on the floor going past you, if it ain't open, which most times the defense is wide open. It's like Swiss cheese now. If it ain't open, watch when he play against a Kawhi Leonard. It's a lot of step-back jump shots. Because when he put the ball on the floor, he pushing off. He barreling over you. That dude is too big to be on the perimeter. And again, the Warriors, they scored the most points. And I know Steph played better in this one than he had the previous. Statistically, Kevin Durant statistically filled it up. But I watched Kevin Durant on more than one occasion in the games I did watch. Have a fast break, man, and the one defender that was back, he run right over him. How you don't know how to avoid at this point in the game, man? I don't trust. Listen, watch these dudes, man. They run on their tippy toes, man. I don't trust nobody on the hoop side, man. He run on his tippy toes, man. I don't, man. That's a bad deal, man. You running on your tippy toes, man. I mean, it take you forever a day to get started. The Cavs should have slowed the game down. So now, again, that Kevin Durant done defected, like most people want to say. Now it's an arms race. Who the Cavs going to get? CP3? Paul George? Well, let me throw this little tidbit out there at you. Now that Jerry West has taken his talents to L.A. for the Clippers, you might see this dude and a couple of other dudes going to join Chris Paul. Because make no mistake about it, everything Jerry West put his hands on, he got the Midas touch. It turned to gold, man. Everything. I mean, I ain't even got to tell you. You got Google. Look up Jerry West's track record as a front office or executive or whatever the case may be. Jerry West is that dude. He can really turn them Clippers around because they too were on the cusp. And because now we got this arms race, or what I like to call super teams, I say that they are causing a competitive imbalance amongst the league. There's no parity in the NBA. And former NBA coach George Karl once said, "Why are we using stars to build teams? What the NBA should be doing is building a team and letting a star emerge. That way you stay true to the fabric that is the game. You stay true to the fabric that is the game. No matter how much of a three-ball happy league it is, and then, you know, I just thought about this too. Did they not move the three-point line in? Did they not? So everybody talking about, this guy got range, and he got range. Man, listen here. The Cavs should have touched these boys up. Ain't no way in the world. I keep going back to game 3. I'm letting Kevin Durant touch the ball. Ain't no way in the world. And even still, okay, so he hit the 3. Now I'm going back to the Lakers Celtics. When Magic hit the baby junior baby hook shot, he said, man, we celebrated for all of 10 seconds, and then we realized, but it was 2 seconds left, and they got bird. That's what it's supposed to be if you that dude on the other side. Okay, so your counterpart come down, bam, he up 1. It was more than enough time left in that game for the Cavs to use some sort of strategy. Some sort of strategy and get a better shot than they got. I think the final tallies, 0 for 8. They was 0 for all of it. Look at all the categories that don't nobody want to mention when they mention the triple doubles. Because I don't care nothing about a triple double. It means absolutely not a thing. When on that team, in that game, you was being outscored on points in the paint by 20. That don't happen if you use strategy. And what, again, could your strategy have been? Take your butt down in that paint, my friend. Because you get Golden State's front line in foul trouble, now you at the line in the bonus. No matter what, you going to be at the line. Because while they sitting down, getting that rest, you know, like they did all regular season, getting that rest, you having your way in the paint now. Whether you want to play facing, back, it don't matter. Cuts, it don't matter. You got your way in the paint. Why? Because Draymond Green ain't nowhere in the – or JaVale McGee. And you know Zaza is Zaza. I mean, think about it. JaVale McGee, Zaza Pachulia, Draymond Green, David West. Realistically, should any one of them 4 be able to handle LeBron James if he down there? No. Not if you a GOAT. Not if you a GOAT. Now maybe a GROAT, like I saw on Facebook earlier. Greatest runner-up of all time. I like that one. Ain't no way in the world, man. Y'all shooting 3 balls. You down 1. Why do you need a 3? I tell you why. Because it's your style of play. It's how you been doing it. And when they going in, you know what I mean? And when you winning, yeah, like your fans say, oh, y'all, they can't be beat. But when they ain't going in and you're losing, see, it was his fault and it was their fault. Kevin Durant is a sucker. That got to do with the Cavs losing. Nothing. You was down 1, man. Ain't no way in the world you get the shots. And y'all had the ball at least, like I said, 6, 7 times. And that's all you could muster? No. The league is trash, man. It's trash. Especially for the way it's played. That's why I told my dude I work with, I said, look, man, Golden State won, but they really don't need to be popping their collar. Like they just did it decisively. And every player on that team, not named Zaza Pachulia, need to be giving Zaza Pachulia a cut of the winnings, of the monetary earns. Because that was some bounty gate right there. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? When he did what he did to Kawhi Leonard, but I'm digressing. So at the end of the day, and I say personally, these 2 teams going to be in it for a minute, man, because the league is trash. Now, it's a couple teams, you might want to have your eye open a little bit extra for. The Milwaukee Bucks, maybe the Timberwolves. But other than that, man, and I know the Celtics, but if you look at how they played the Eastern Conference Finals, the Raptors too, and the Pacers, they all qualify for contraction. All 3 of them. Because, see, what it did was lead to fool's gold for Cavs fans. The Cavs smashing through the East. And as they was on their way to smashing through the East, I ain't hear nobody saying what they saying now that they done lost. Because they've been that same team. And what's crazy, when they went down 3-0, I'm talking to some people, they were like, oh, man, it's done. It's over. But you're supposed to be a diehard, ride or die, this and that. Yeah, I'm Cleveland till I bleed brown and orange. You're supposed to be all this and that. I still think they're going to come back and win. With conviction. And I'm not a fan. But the fans, oh, man, it's over. It's over, man. It's a done deal. That's not what you should be saying if you're a real fan. What you should have been saying was, you know what, take 4 to close the door. And until they get 4, we're going to keep putting on the show. You understand what I'm trying to take? Take 4 to win, man. Despite how bad it looked, Golden State was only up 3-0. And I made mention in a post on Facebook. No matter the sport, the Boston Red Sox, their approach, they was down 3-0 to Mariano Rivera and the Yankees. Now, ordinarily, it's a done deal. Who wasn't already leaving Yankee Stadium or wherever the game was played? Who already wasn't leaving? And when they chronicled that 30 for 30, OT was like, man, we was like, look here, man. Okay, we are where we are. We where we at. But it ain't over. So let's go out here. When we at the plate, let's go out here and make sure we get quality swings. Because if we going out, we gonna go out. We swinging for the fences. And we all know how that turned out. It's not about this sport. That's irrelevant. It's about if you trying to get to your sport's pinnacle. Just like Bird said. He said, yeah, man, y'all got lucky because it was going in. You understand what I'm saying? Quinn Buckner asked him one time, hey, man, how can you do the stuff that you do? He said, man, as hard as I work, I better be able to do it. So don't tell me about this new league, man, the Today BA, and try to make a comparison to yesterday. Ain't none. And I'm going to keep saying it, ain't none. You got cats in the league like James Harden, don't play no D. Rondo, I respect his floor game, but ain't got no jump shot. Arguably your best player in the world, best player in the league, can't even post up, shooting below 70% from the free throw line. Man, stop it. This game is trash. Holla at your boy. And on that note, it's been fun. We got to run. Appreciate y'all for listening to the Shop Report. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Or email us, theshopreport365@gmail.com. And if that don't work, Google it. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.